from boxing analyst Ryan Sugalia. And we tell you the latest on a couple of national teams, including Alas Filipinas men and Gilas Filipinas women.
And we've got updates from the finals of the PBA Philippine Cup.
Punong-puno on a Monday night. Habang bumabagyo, stay safe, stay dry, and stay tuned to our show on One News. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalaw.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves, puts it on. Unbelievable. On the left side. Oh, stopping another one. Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the
Well, seems like this might not be the last time the People's Champ Manny Pacquiao and Barrios will share the ring. Both sluggers are open for a rematch after their Sunday bout ended in a majority draw. Pac-Man said he tried to close out his comeback with a win, but just couldn't pull it off against who he calls a very tough opponent in Barrios. Regardless, the only 8th division world champion in boxing history believes he won that fight. But it was too close to call for the judges, two of whom scored 114, and the other, that was Judge Max De Luca, who scored 115 to 113. It was Tim Cheatham. But with this, Barrios was able to retain the WBC welterweight belt after a second straight draw. As for Pacquiao, well, this is just the even bout of his career and the first since 2004.
I thought I still pulled it out, but I still tip my hat to Manny. It was an absolute honor, to share the ring with him, to share the ring with somebody, with so much experience, who has accomplished so much in this sport, man. And shout out to all the Mexican fans here. Shout out to all the Filipinos, for supporting this event. It's crazy. His stamina, he could still crack. He's still strong as hell. And his timing, his rhythm, everything. He was still a very awkward fighter, to try to figure out. That was the plan in the first place coming in here. Try to make him feel old, but man, he still has some good legs. He still has a lot in the tank. And like I said, man, he still has a lot of fight left in him.
He'd like a rematch. Will you give him one?
Absolutely. This was huge, for boxing. This is huge. What me and him were able to bring here today. I would love to do it again.
Well, if you ask veteran boxing analyst Ed Tolentino, Manny Pacquiao should be coming home with the WBC welterweight belt. Tolentino believes Pacquiao won the fight. He also observed that Barrios was somewhat hesitant to really show what he's got against the boxing legend. Fight stats showed Pacquiao landed more power punches, 81 to 75, but Barrios connected on more jabs, 45 to 20, and more overall punches at 120 to 101. Still, Pinoy fans were happy after the performance of the People's Champ, with others also liking the possibility of a rematch. Here's Tolentino and some of the Pinoys who witnessed the fight.
I thought Manny Pacquiao won that fight. He deserved that WBC belt. I thought yung majority draw decision na yon ay masyadong mali. Mario Barrios showed him so much respect. Medyo hesitant. Kulang na lang magmano itong si Barrios kay Manny Pacquiao. Hesitant siya. Nandun yung left jab pero ayaw nang i-follow through with the right hand.
Binigyan tayo ng isang magandang laban pa rin ni Manny Pacquiao. Kung ako lang tatanungin, pwede namang rematch.
Talagang ganun magagawin, magiging desisyon kasi champion ang kalaban eh. Mapapaya sila pagka si Manny ang pinag-champion, pinanalo nila eh. Kaya okay na siguro draw. Next time siguro.
Ang masasabi ko lang po dahil sa kaidaran ni Pacquiao nababasan ang lakas niya. Pero ang bilis niya nandun pa rin. Wala tayong magagawa. Hindi ko masabing na mafia tayo.
And we will break down the Pacquiao-Barrios fight even further later on the show, so stay tuned. But for now, let's go to some basketball news. A strong group Athletics Philippines sweeps the William Jones Cup for the second straight year. Philippine squad capped their perfect 8-0 run with an 87-62 rout of the United Arab Emirates. Even with the title already secured after a 92-68 win over Bahrain, strong group finished strong, outscoring UAE 50-26 in the second half after a close 37-36 lead at the break. This marks their 7th double-digit victory in 8 games. Tajuan Lee Aji again led the way with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kiefer Ravena nearly notched a double-double with 13 markers and 9 dimes. Despite not playing in their final game, former NBA player Andre Robertson was hailed the most valuable player of the tournament. Congratulations to SGA for back-to-back Jones Cup titles.
Meantime, Gilas Filipinas women wrap up their 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup campaign in 6th place. The Nationals came up short in their final match, falling to New Zealand 78-71. Vanessa De Jesus led Gilas with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Kate Castillo added 14 points. Naomi Panganiban and Sumaya Sugapong each contributed 11 points in the loss. Despite the defeat, Gilas women still made history in China after securing a spot in the 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup qualifiers. That win also ensured that the Philippines remains in Division A major boost as the country gears up to host the Continental Tournament in 2027.
Meantime, San Miguel Beermen are now just 1 win away from reclaiming the crown in the PBA Philippine Cup. SMB has taken a commanding 3-1 series lead over the TNT Tropang 5G after winning Game 4 Sunday 105-91 at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. The Beermen created some separation in the second quarter and were ahead by 8 at the break. But the Tropang 5G fought back in the third, outscoring their opponents 30-19. San Miguel's 41-point surge in the fourth quarter ultimately spelled the difference here. Jericho Cruz leading the Beermen's rally down the stretch. He scored 15 of his team-high 23 points in the payoff period. The Beermen can win their 30th PBA title in franchise history with a Game 5 victory on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. when it shifts back to the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum.
Even before winning Game 4 of the finals, the San Miguel Beermen already had a reason to celebrate. The PBA named Junmar Fajardo the best player of the Philippine Cup. Fajardo beat out San Miguel teammate CJ Perez as well as NLEX's Robert Bolit, Magnolia's Zave Lucero, and Phoenix's Jason Perkins for the honor. The Kraken averaged a double-double of 16 points and close to 14 rebounds from the elimination round up to the semis of the All-Filipino tournament. This is Fajardo's record-extending 12th BPC award. It puts him on track for a mind-blowing 9th MVP trophy after he was also named BPC during the Governor's Cup this season. We've got some volleyball updates coming up as Alas Pilipinas men wrap up their campaign in Leg 2 of the Southeast Asian Volleyball League. That story and more when play-by-play returns right here on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. Alas, Filipinas men once again fall short of a podium finish in Leg 2 of the Southeast Asian Volleyball League. That's after the men's national volleyball team lost to Vietnam in the final match of their 4-game slate. Vietnam getting revenge here after Alas beat them in Leg 1. Philippine side simply could not find their rhythm down the stretch and fell in 4 sets, 25-23, 21-25, 25-17, and 25-16. Jay Desquitado led the way for Alas with 17 points, Budsbudin and Leo Ordiales chipped in 13 and 12 points respectively in a losing cause. The Philippines ends Leg 2 in 4th place out of 5 teams with a record of just 1 win and 3 losses. Last year, Alas men finished both legs of the tournament as bronze medalists.
A silver lining, though, for Alas Filipinas men, Josh Ibanez was named the best libero of Leg 2 of the Southeast Asian Volleyball League. This is the 2-time UAAP MVP's first international award. It's also his first individual honor in a non-scoring position. Ibanez is the second Alas player to win an individual award in this year's Southeast Asian V-League. Leo Ordiales was the best opposite spiker during the first leg.
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao nearly had a career milestone as well. On Sunday, the Pac-Man was trying to break his own record for the oldest welterweight champion at 46 years of age. But instead, he settled for a majority draw against the reigning champion, Barrios.
And to help us break down the fight, we now have live via Zoom Ryan Songalia, reporter and editor for BoxingScene.com. Good evening from our side of the world, Ryan. Good morning to you.
Good morning from New Jersey.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
All right, we're going to get right to it. Do you agree with the judge's decision of a draw?
Ooh, coming in hot.
Yes,
yes.
I told you we were going to get right to it.
That's the big question. I honestly, I could see it a close decision either way. I'm not so bothered by a draw because, the old axiom of, you have to take the title from a champion. I thought that it was a super close fight. A lot of those rounds could have gone either way. I thought Pacquiao took over in the middle rounds, but 10, 11, 12 wasn't as aggressive as he could have been. And I think even Manny admitted that in the post-fight interview when he said, I didn't have as much time to get ready for this because of the elections that, of course, he was running for Senate in the Philippines. And he also had the Hall of Fame where he was being inducted as a member of the class of 2025. So he even admitted that he could have done a couple things differently. But you have to give it up. He said his goal is to inspire people, and at age 46 to be neck and neck with a reigning world champion, 16 years his junior. I think he's done that.
Well, Ryan, first of all, great talking to you again, buddy. I remember the last time you posted it was 4 years ago at the 2021 Ugas-Pacquiao fight. That was the last time we spoke with attorney Ed Tolentino. But it was for a different channel. But, Ryan, okay, so a lot of people, it's like you get mixed reactions from netizens and saying Pacquiao should have won the fight, it's not a draw. Obviously, what surprised a lot of people is that Pacquiao at 46 still has a lot left in the tank. Lasted for 12 rounds. First question, 2 parts. First question, were you surprised he lasted that long? And secondly, what did Manny do right in this match? And in what ways did he get the upper hand over Barrios, in your opinion?
I think that the conventional thinking was that as the fight went on, it would be less to the advantage of the older fighter. And, that Manny at 46 would not have the gas tank to be able to last into the later rounds and be effective. But when we're talking about Manny Pacquiao, we're never talking about convention. Manny Pacquiao is in a genre all his own. So Manny, of course, was able to defy that and looked pretty good, even in the 12th round. What he did good, I thought, was he pressed the action. Usually he likes for the opponent to come to him, and then he can kind of work off of that. Barrios didn't do that, but even still, Manny was able to close the gap, land good combinations upstairs, and he still had the footwork to get out at angles and be tricky. He was not an easy night for Mario Barrios.
All right, so now it's time to make a case for Barrios. What did he do right against Pacquiao? Because we did hear a lot of, a lot of no respect, don't show him respect. But we could see that he still showed a lot of respect for Manny.
Yeah, no, that Vegas desert is full of a bunch of different boxers who didn't give Manny Pacquiao respect, and Mario Barrios wasn't about to join them. What he did, I think, very effectively was he boxed more than I think people thought he would. Mario Barrios, who was much taller than Manny Pacquiao, had been known more for giving up his height and brawling. He did not do that. He stayed disciplined, at times too disciplined, as we heard trainer Bob Santos was telling him, don't show this guy any respect. You need to go and press the action. And if he didn't in the 10th, 11th, and 12th rounds, he would have lost the fight. The reason why he was able to retain his title is because he swept the 11th and 12th rounds on those final two, on all three judges' scorecards. So if he was very effective with his jab, as are a lot of fighters against Manny Pacquiao, because even though he's southpaw, he squares up. But in those middle rounds, he was getting out hustled by Pacquiao, and Pacquiao definitely was seizing the moment at a time when Barrios wasn't.
Well, Ryan, both fighters already eyeing that rematch. Even WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios did say, El Azteca, he said that I'd love to do it again. And Pacman says, I'm back, and I thought I won the fight. I think so. I will fight again. First, do you see a rematch happening? And if not this year, probably next year. And what should Manny do? Adjustments in case a rematch does happen with him and Barrios.
I know that Sean Gibbons, MP Promotions president, has said that he would like to do a fight with Tank Davis, like to do a fight with Rolando Romero. I think a little bit of that is posturing, because you need to have something to negotiate off of in order to get a second fight. That's just my own thinking. I think that 46 going into 47, Manny really should just be looking at Mario Barrios. I think he's shown that he can have success against him. Barrios is a unique fighter in just in the circumstances of boxing today, where I think that Manny can be effective given their styles. Obviously, I think against other boxers he can be as well, but at this level, Mario, I think he has unfinished business. He should go right after that fight, the rematch. And adjustments he can make, be more aggressive. He has to know, what was working for him was that he knew where he had to be in the rounds in order to win them. He can't fight all 3 minutes of a round. He was fighting enough of those seconds to steal the moments, and I think he could do that a little bit better in the rematch.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan Songalia, reporter and editor for BoxingScene.com. Always a pleasure talking to you, Ryan.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
All right, coming up, aside from Manny Pacquiao, 2 Filipino boxers also brought the fire to Las Vegas. Yumir Marshall delivers a devastating finish in just 3 rounds, while Mark Magsayo put on a boxing masterclass. The details when play-by-play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The Signal HD Spikers get back on track as they wrap up the PVL on tour stop in Pasig City, Iloilo. Erica Santos unleashed a scorching career-high 30 points, powering the HD Spikers past the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells in 4 sets. Final score 25-22, 25-17, 21-25, and 25-16. Signal thus secured a direct quarterfinal berth in Pool B with a 4-1 record. The Thunderbells, meanwhile, dropped to 2-2 in the standings. And capping the leg off was the Creamline Cool Smashers, snapping their 2-game skid. The Grand Slam champions found their groove against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers, en route to securing a 4-set victory. Final score 25-21, 19-25, 25-16, and 25-18. Alyssa Valdez delivered a masterclass with 19 points, including 16 kills, 3 aces, 11 digs, and 15 receptions. The Cool Smashers now have a 3-2 record, while the Crossovers dropped their first match, settling for a 3-1 slate.
Good evening, happy Monday, folks. We've got tonight's highlight reel. PBA and Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios fight. Let's start off in the Philippine Cup finals. Roll it. Heading has a leather from Oftana, asking for a pick and roll. Pocket pass. BGR. Head full of steam, attacks the rim there. What a rack attack from Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. Good executed play between Heading and BGR. By the way, this man had 14.7 boards, 2 blocks. Okay, next play. Let's go into second period. 10 minutes, under 10 to go. Heading off the roster. This one, BGR attacks this time. And look at Mo Tautua plus the bump, the stare down. Couple of words, 2 former #1 picks at each other here. And sabi ni Tautua, oh, got you here, kid. Good timing, good elevation, good block there. Clean block denial from Tautua. That's one of his 2 blocks, by the way. In this game also had 4 points and 4 rebounds. Okay. How about more from SMB? This time on the offensive end. Jongson off to Jericho Cruz, started by Oftana. Cruz drives against Cobuntin, up in the air, and the flex right after. Woo, look at that move from Jericho Cruz, just muscling his way, seeing some daylight, using the left, and then the right hand using the glass touch, and then plus a foul. What a move from Jay Cruz, leading San Miguel with 23 points, team high, by the way. SMB beats TNT in Game 4. Boy, 105-91 to go. Now up 3-1 in this best-of-7 final series. TNT's Grand Slam bid is in jeopardy. Let's see if they still have enough fight with their depleted roster, and then Bierman can close things out and win another title, the 30th, by the way, in franchise history. Game 5 will be this Wednesday. Big Dome from MOA. We go back to the Smart Arena at the Coliseum. Okay, enough basketball. And this is what we do in this show. We can do any sport. Let's go to Pacquiao now. Pacquiao Barrios fight for the WBC welterweight belt. Take a look. We go deep in the 8th round. 16 seconds remaining. Manny. And look at this combination, the flurry of jabs. And look at that hook. And look at Manny at 46, still going at the younger, 16 years younger, 30-year-old Barrios. And look at Pac-Man go. And the crowd, if you can only hear this, you can search for it. The crowd going crazy, cheering for the 46-year-old, only 8th division world champ, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao in the 8th round. A lot of analysts said he couldn't last that long. Think again, 8 rounds. Pero teka, umabot pa siya hanggang 12th round. In the final highlight, roll it. 12th round, deep in the 12th final round. And look at Pac-Man go, not even panting. Still, kondisyon na kondisyon si Pac-Man. And look at him go, trying to give Barrios a run for his money, saying, I still got it. And look at Barrios, he was really tentative because he knows, and he said it after the fight, Pacquiao still has that speed, that power at 46 years old, even when a lot of doubters said, does Manny still have it? Mahina na daw, mabagal, hindi na daw malakas yung mga punches niya. Think again, it was a great fight. It should have been a win, according to Filipinos, of course. Not to sound biased because we are Filipino, but fight declared a majority draw and Mario Barrios still the WBC welterweight champ. The judges' decision, two of them score 114-114. Other judge gives it to Barrios, 115-113. Pacquiao's much-anticipated comeback fight ends in a majority draw. Just the third one in Manny's career and the first time since 2004 for Barrios. This is the second straight draw for him as he retains the belt, WBC welterweight belt. Rematch? Both of them want it. Some fans want to see it, but let's see. Check.
And before we go, we want to congratulate more of our boxers who put Filipino pride front and center after scoring big wins in Las Vegas. Marshall made a thunderous return to the ring, scoring a third-round TKO victory over American foe Bernard Joseph in their 163-pound catchweight bout. The Olympic bronze medalist floored Joseph twice before the referee finally waved it off at the 1 minute and 55-second mark of round 3. Marshall now improves to a perfect 6-0 as a pro with 4 wins by knockout. And in the same undercard, former WBC featherweight champ Mark Magnifico Magsayo took care of business as well. He outboxed Mexico's Jorge Mata to earn a unanimous decision after 10 rounds. Magsayo earned wide scores from the judges, 100-90 from 2 officials and 98-92 from the third. The victory improved his professional record to 28 wins and 2 losses. This is Magsayo's 4th straight win as he continues his climb back into title contention. Congratulations again to our Filipino boxers for bringing pride and joy to the country.
Mabuhay kayo. Alam mo naman, Check, pag may laban si Pacquiao, may laban ng boxing, tumitigil ang buong Pilipinas. Talagang walang tao sa alsada. But congratulations to Mark Magnifico Magsayo and to Yumir Marshall. And of course, for our very own Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao at 46, still lasting 12 rounds and of course, with a draw against a much younger, 16 years younger Mario Barrios. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Filipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litoncalo. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay dry. Good night.